using it here indoors to prove my point that you know, even if it's too dark, it's gonna be really bright, and this is really too bright for me. So up for review is the Astrolux MF01, and this is it. Basically, this is a searchlight, and look how tiny it is. It's really small. We used to have those big ass searchlights. It's bigger than my head even. Those are the old days. This is it. These are the new ones, and these are revolutionary. Guys, working in search and rescue, tactical medicine, EMS, this is ideal, and but it comes with a price, and really, it's not that heavy in comparison to old searchlights, but still, it's expensive. Let's go to the. Let's put everything here in the dark, and we'll show you what it looks like on the highest setting. So I'm in the studio, as you can see, but we're going to go dark on here, and let's try to find out the highest setting inside the studio. Okay, so this is the lowest setting. Let's see. So that's the lowest setting. I'll just flash the lumens for the lowest setting. Second setting is this. So I'm using the white and the white wall and this aluminum type skin. Third setting. So it's pretty much really bright. So that's the second, I think third setting. The fourth setting is this. Again, I'll flash the type of lumens on the screen. Okay, the fifth setting, pretty bright. And then the sixth setting. And the fifth setting, this is the highest, and it's really bright. And I can feel the heat radiating from here. It's really hot. Not that hot, but you can feel the heat from here. And this is the strobe setting. It's really bright. The SOS setting. So this is the SOS setting. Right. Hey guys, this is Terrence, and you are in my channel. It's T3 TechMed, Terrence Teriano. I'm here to do another review, and instead of knives or, I'm thinking let's go to searchlights, flashlights basically. Mainly because we use them a lot. Searchlights are very useful, and we needed them in the field. And what I'm going to show you guys is this thing here. It's the Astrolux MF01, and it comes from a nondescript box, a white box. I threw the box out. 10 peso here. I forgot where the box is. I misplaced it. So anyway, it doesn't really have anything on it. Be warned, it doesn't have a battery when you get it. It's an 18650 battery, which is a it's a beefy battery, and there are four of them. It's a high capacity, high output battery. The thing is, you have to buy separate batteries, and you can do that. I use for 3200 milliamperes or 3800. I forgot. Let me check later. But I also charge it with a Nitecore IntelliCharger i4. So that works for me because I do have a Nitecore tactical light, so it works. But going back to this, this is a would you believe that this is a 12,000 lumens searchlight? And I've been using this for close to 3 weeks now, and yeah, it's pretty great so far. This is out of China, like most products are, but I was impressed when I opened it. It is an IP7 waterproof searchlight, and it is important because you do have sometimes, if you're working search and rescue or EMS or other emergency or even tactical work, but it can only throw for about 450 meters, which is not that far because it doesn't have any zoom adjustment on it, but it works. If you use the mid setting, you can stretch the battery for 214 hours. And a turbo mode, it's gonna be I think 3 hours. It has a breathing light in it, and also a lockout light. So if you push this one, it's locked. It doesn't have any power. It won't activate because it was locked. So what you can do is to activate it by long pressing this button. This is the only button here. Yeah. To turn it on, long press, and you have that. So it's like breathing. It's a breathing light. Like I said, it's a lockout design. You can turn it on, and there it is. So it's turned on. It's turned off. So it's breathing. That means it's still active. You have to long press it, shut it down. So again, it doesn't work if it's not breathing. Again, it has 8 types of features, 5 types of lumens for activation, and then 3 types of special modes. So you have the strobe, you have the location, and you have the SOS. So this is really a nice searchlight. Let me flash the specs here. I think it's important that you should know the specs. I'm not a flashlight or tactical light kind of guy, although I collect, never say I collect them, but I do have some tactical lights, including this one. It works well for me, but I'm not a technical guy, so yeah, just check out the specs here. When you buy the thing, it comes with a lanyard that you can remove and put on, and I usually put a lanyard on mainly because this is important. You can screw the back cap where there are contacts, and it's a simple back cap, doesn't have any functions at all, but this one has. Look at that. So it's a really nice battery compartment, and it has, like I said, it has an can't read it. So it has an 18650 battery, for them actually. And like I said, I use an IntelliCharger from Nitecore. It's an i4. So basically, this is the inside of the Astrolux MF01. It has this I think mounting female screw on it, but I haven't figured out the type of diameter or millimeter to use it. It can mount on any of my my tripod, especially the ones used for cameras and stuff. But it's a good feature, although I don't need it. So I have to wait for nighttime so that I can probably test the Astrolux MF01 for the searchlight, and we'll try to show you how it looks like at night so that you'll have a really good understanding of how it works and the advantages of using that. By the way, I got it from Lazada for about 5,400, 200 to 400, 5,200 to 5,400 pesos, which is about as cheap as you want for a searchlight. Because if you have to buy searchlights, branded ones like Pelican and other stuff, they're kind of costly, and you won't get to the type of lumens that you'd like. So we'll show you the type of lumens. The highest is the 12,000 lumens, and we'll try to find out what it looks like outside. So let me show you. Okay, so it's nighttime outside. Okay, like I said, I have to wait for nighttime so we can properly test the searchlight, and we'll try it first. On a structure, it's actually my house. I haven't finished it yet. Those are just starter structures, and it's gonna be a bit noisy because I'm outside. So this is the 100 lumens. We'll switch to the 600 lumens, which is actually bright, if you can see that. So it's 600 lumens. Let's go to 1550 or 1550 lumens. So that's the 1550 lumens. It's already bright. Next is, let's try the 5100 lumens. That's 5100 lumens. Whoa. So that's 5100 lumens on the structure. It's really bright. I can feel the heat from the from the tip. Let's go to the highest, which is the turbo. Turbo is 12,000 lumens, and that's 12,000 lumens. You can see the details, and you can see the cat down there. So again, for search and rescue, it's pretty good. So there's a small road leading to in one of the neighborhood areas, and this is pretty much it. So this is 100 lumens. If you look at it, it's not a lot, and it's really dark here. Let's switch to 600 lumens, which is mid one, or they call this mid one. It's really bright. It's now perceptible. You can see a little bit of the insects and all that dust it shows. So this is 600 lumens. Let's switch to 1550 lumens. You can see some of the details already, some of the trees, far off area. This is 1550. Let's switch to the high, and it's 5100 lumens. So that's really bright. You can see now the profile of those trees. And then let's switch to the turbo, which is 12,000 lumens. And that's how it looks like. The whole area is flooded. So it is ideal for search and rescue, and it's only for 5,200 to 5,400 pesos. I'm not sure how much it is in dollars. I think it's $100+. Okay, so this is the main road in our barangay. All these ones, you can see there are a lot of vehicles, so we'll try to not to flash the vehicles when we're testing the searchlight. There's a motorcycle coming in. We're not gonna use that. As you can see, there's already, that's the 100 lumens illumination from the searchlight. We'll go to 600. So this is 600. Whoa. So sorry. So this is 600. And that's the main road. So we'll let the motorcycle pass. That's 600. We raise to 1550 lumens. It's really bright, even with a lit road. It's not that lit, but you can see the profiles of the houses, neighborhood. Let's go to 5100 lumens. So that's really bright. And we'll go higher to 12,000. We'll let the motorcycle pass. It's gonna be dangerous if they get hit in the face. So let's raise it to 12,000 lumens. So that's 12,000 lumens. Really nice profile for search and rescue. So the office, my office, which is the Disaster Risk Reduction Management office, it is the local emergency services office in my town in the Philippines. We use those expensive ones like Pelican, Nightstick. Those are brands, by the way. Types of searchlight, which costs for about I think some would cost for about $409, which is close to 20,000 pesos. Some, let me check the rest. Yeah, we also Streamlight. There's about $739. That's $733. Also Streamlight. There's one here that costs for about $733. That's about give or take maybe around 70,000 pesos. And guess what? Do you know how bright the lumens are? There's the lowest is 1,300 lumens, which is really great. You have the 2,500 lumens, and the highest output is the 5,300 lumens, and that costs a lot. I can buy a lot of these for those in exchange for those things. There's also, yeah, Streamlight, the same. It's $342. Um, $352 for a Pelican, and they don't even come close to lumens. It's from 224 to 588 lumens, which is really not that great. The durability, though, I can attest for Pelicans is really great. Pelicans, those those brands, but um, in the Philippines and for emergency services departments that really doesn't have a lot of money to invest, we don't have that much budget anyway. Um, this is a pretty good deal, you know. This will really work, and it's really bright. It is usable for search and rescue. So maybe, I guess this is, I'm going to recommend something like this. It's the design is tactical, that's why it's black, but it has this type of refractive, and it's aluminum rim here. But again, I am going to recommend this to search and rescue teams, maybe in the Philippines. If you don't have enough budget, then these is really great. I bought this myself. I forgot on my I forgot to inform you that this is not a sponsored video. I bought this out of Lazada for around 5,200 pesos. So that's or 5,300. Maybe that's around 104 or 100 or maybe $120. So this is really great. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, and I know based on analytics that people only watch but they don't really subscribe, guys, please support this channel. I need more subscribers, so just click on the subscribe button, hit the like button. It will help the analytics for my channel, and also try to hit that notification bell, because it will inform you with the new videos that I am going to release. So again, this is a product review of Astrolux MF01, and guys, I like this one. This is one for my books. See you next time.